Hi there. Some of you know my struggles with the mower that I got for a couple $100. The John Deere, probably from like early 90s, maybe even the late 80s. It's fairly old, but great engine in it. The mower deck actually works fine, even though it's a bit beat. So I'm repairing that right now. And I'll kind of show you a bit what I'm doing. So one of the things I did was I went ahead and removed the blades. You can tell they're really pitted, but at the same time I cleaned them all up and went ahead and sharpened them a bit. So, the edge, even though it looks a little bit rough, I mean, it's sharper than it was. And I just didn't go too far because I was like, I don't have a lot to work with. So I did the best I could. But then painted them black. They should be great now and hold up for a while longer, at least gets me through the season. But one of the other things I had to do was that the mower deck itself has a big hole in it. I'll show you that in a minute. So I've had to make a plate. So what I did, so it's actually a fairly decent sized piece of steel. It's 5 inches by 9 inches, and as you can tell, my workbench is really messy. But anyways, so giving it a couple coats of paint, it's just finishing drying. I cut that out of the top of my burn barrel that I got, so it's just good steel. And I'm going to use this to actually put on top of the mower deck where there was a hole and grass would come up through. And I'll show you that next. For a while. All right, so this is actually cleaned up. I've cleaned all the metal around it and spray painted it a little bit black, but you can see it's just a hole. It's a pretty good sized hole, really. That piece, like I said, of metal that I got is about 5 inches wide, 9 inches long, and that should cover up this area pretty good. And that's where the blades were, and I have to finish cleaning those out before I go back in here again. But yeah, so I'll be putting that on the top of this. Let's see if I can show you where it's going to be without making too much of a... Woo, there we go. So yeah, I have to spray paint up here a bit. I'm repainting a little areas all over the place here. But yeah, the mower deck just kind of like it ate through right there. But the rest of it's really strong and in good condition otherwise. So I'm just going to get that cleaned up, and I'll paint this area too before I actually put that on. And well, when that is done and I have all that put back together, I can put it back on the mower. So the mower is working, except for I've got to fix something with the ignition, but it runs, it drives. I had to get a new shock absorber. This is the old one. Now it actually goes on the transaxle, the hydrostatic transmission. And this is supposed to kind of push it back. It should like push in and then it should push back, but this one does not do that anymore. So get one of those. Definitely made that work much better. So it drives great right now. It doesn't look pretty, but I'm going to keep fixing it up as I can. And like I said, it works great. So when it's all finished and I have the mower deck back on and everything's taken care of, I'll go ahead and, show you guys the finished product. But I've been spending a lot of time on this. Obviously, I got this thing like a year ago. And I got it running, and it ran most of the last year, and then it kept breaking down. Mostly transaxle. There were some brackets that were holding that hydrostatic transmission on, and they kept breaking. And I think I still got one here somewhere. No, this is not. Yeah, this is one of the broken ones. So you can see here that it's like, stuff kept breaking. The other one actually split all along this bottom edge here. This whole just broke off. So I got new ones made, and the guy did a great job. They're actually a little bit thicker, and they're holding up really well. I drove all over the place. I kind of clogged my fuel line a little bit, but once again, little things, not a big deal. And I'm just super happy that, I just spent some time on it, and it's getting there. It's going to be done soon. Yay, and I should be able to mow, and my landlady will be happy.